Hello everyone, welcome to the Programming Knowledge. I hope you are all doing well. Today we are going to understand the events. In the previous lecture, we have seen Hello World program and we have handled the quit event. Basically, Pygame creates events to inform you of the things such as mouse movement, key presses. Events can be generated at any time, no matter what your program is currently doing. For example, our code may be drawing something on the screen when the user presses some button on the keyboard. We can't react to the event the instant they happen, so the Pygame stores them in a queue until you are ready to handle them. Basically, we can think of the event queue as a line of people waiting to get into the building. Each people carrying specific information about an event. So when the player presses the, let's say, fire button of the joystick, event arrive with the information about the button that was pressed. Similarly, when the player releases the fire button, a clone of the same joystick event arrives with information about the button that was released. And maybe it could be followed by a mouse event or a key press event. In the Hello World program, we called pygame.event.get, right, to retrieve all the event and remove them from a queue, which is like the opening the door and letting everyone in, right? This is probably the best way to deal with the events because it ensures that we have handled everything before we go on to drawing something to the screen. There are also other ways to work with event queue. There is also one function, pygame.event.wait. After invoking this function, Pygame will wait for an event to occur before it returns. It is something like waiting by the door until someone arrives. Yeah, this function is not often used as you may think of for games, right? Because it suspends the script until something happened. But this function is useful for such Pygame application that cooperate more with other program on your system such as media player. There is also one alternative for this, the function pygame.event.pool. It basically returns a single event if there is one waiting or dummy event of the type no event if there are no event in a queue. So whatever method we use, it is important to not allow the event to build up in a queue because event queue is limited in size, right? And event will be lost as queue overflows. So that's why it is necessary to call at least one of the function. Event object contains a few member variable that describe the event that occurred. The information they contains varies depending on the event. The only thing common to all the event object is the type, which is the value that indicate the type of the event. It is the value that you first query so you can decide what to do with that event. As you see this table contains some standard event that we may receive. Let's understand mouse motion event. So mouse motion event are issued whenever you move the mouse over the Pygame window. The event contains the three values: button, POS, position and REL. A in button, a tuple of 3 numbers that correspond to the button on the mouse. So the first value is the left mouse button, second value of button is the middle button of the mouse, and the third one is the right button. So if the button is pressed, then its value is set to 1, and if it is not pressed, the value will be 0. And also one point here is to note that multiple buttons can be pressed at once. POS is nothing but a tuple containing the position of the mouse when the event was generated, and REL is a tuple containing the distance the mouse has moved since the last mouse motion. There is one more mouse event, that is mouse button events. So in addition to motion event, the mouse generated mouse button down and mouse button up events. If you click the mouse on the message queue script, you will first see the down event followed by an up event. Up event occurred when you take your finger off the button, right? So if you are using the mouse button as a trigger to fire a rocket, right? So you would only need one of the event. But if you may have a different type of weapon, such as a chain gun that fires continuously while the button is held down, in this case, you do start the chain gun speeding up on the down event and have it fire until you get the corresponding up event, right? So that's why there are two events, mouse button down and mouse button up. Okay. So both the type of mouse button event contains the two value. There is one button, the number of the button that was pressed. The value of 1 indicate that the left mouse button was pressed, and 2 indicate that the middle one was pressed, and 3 indicate the right button was pressed. And POS, a tuple containing the position of the mouse when the event was generated, right? So I hope you are all able to understand the different types of event, and in the next video we will see the keyword event, how to handle the keyword event, and also we will write one code to understand it better. So thank you everyone.